Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're the Acheampong family and we make vlogs about our life in Ghana. Today we have a very special guest. It's Marintia.
What's up, guys?
She also has a YouTube channel and she's half Ghanaian, half Japanese. Am
Yeah,
I right?
yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking, let's have a sit down with her. I met her on Vanessa Kemby's video. I've been following her for some time.
Yeah.
And now I'd like to get to know you.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I've been watching your channel too, so to
that's so
finally
nice.
be talking, and
Yeah.
we met up that one time, but to have a full conversation. Yeah.
So I was thinking, let's have a conversation about what it's like to grow up in Ghana.
Okay.
So please explain your backstory.
Okay, so my dad is Ghanaian and my mom is Japanese, but I moved to Ghana when I was 2. So I've lived in Ghana. Yeah.
How did they meet? That's like the first time me hearing somebody's Japanese.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess for me, Dutch and Ghanaian, I was surprised too.
Really?
So maybe that same way we kind of know people that are our own mixes, but they met in Japan because my dad went to work there. And my mom was there, obviously in Japan, but she was able to speak English, and she was a little bit different because Japanese people don't like leaving Japan that much, especially in that time. But she went to university in Japan, in the US. So she was already international, open-minded, and my dad too was a little bit different. So they met in Japan through mutual friends.
And was your mom's family okay with that? Because it seems like to me that they don't like mixing their blood.
Oh yeah, especially during that time when my dad moved to.
Hi, Micah.
Guys, how cute is?
Cute.
You shouldn't be allowed to be
You're
this cute.
interrupting me. I'm trying to.
Micah, do you know you're cute?
Micah, go ahead, swim, yeah?
Especially during that time. Right now, there are a good number of Black people, African people in Japan, but at that time there was no one. My dad and his group of people were the first wave, so they were especially against it back then. So my dad spoke about this in Vanessa's interview, but my grandparents were against them being together. They actually never told them.
Wow.
Until even when they got married.
Wow.
I think.
So
and
it's
then
a secret Romeo and Juliet love story.
Oh my God.
Aww.
Yeah, and then after my grandfather passed away, I think they were okay, we should tell the grandmother. But then even then it was a big, difficult situation because it's he has to dress like this, come like this, and prove that he's, which is ridiculous, but then it was also a completely different time in Japan. My grandma she's 92 now. So she was alive during the World War and everything. So she has a very traditional mindset when it comes to things. So yeah, now she loves him, but during that time,
she does now?
yeah, now she loves him and obsessed with him.
But I think it's normal if you grow up in a certain way with certain traditions, you value them. So it doesn't matter. I think that's normal.
Yeah.
So then. And fast forward, you were born.
Yeah.
Where were you born?
I was born in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So born in Japan.
Remember a little bit about when you were young?
Not when I was.
Is he just? So you were born in Japan.
Yep.
Until what age did you stay in Japan?
2 years old.
Oh,
So
okay. So you don't really.
I don't remember anything.
But I bet there were people wow, look at this baby girl.
I don't know. I have no idea,
mom,
but yeah, I've seen baby pictures and I don't remember anything. And then I came to Ghana when I was 2.
Okay.
And I was here till I was 10.
Okay.
Then I moved back to Japan for 3 years. Then I went to Canada for 1 year.
Okay.
And I was supposed to finish high school in Canada, but I ended up coming back.
Okay.
And then came back from 14 to 18.
So you're like a world citizen, basically.
I've had a good amount of experience moving
really
around.
great.
Yeah.
And why did you move so much?
So the first time I moved back to Japan, it was because my mom wanted me to experience growing up in Japan.
Yes, of course.
So
and you were 10 then, right?
I was 10.
So how was that like? Because such a beautiful girl with curly hair.
I don't know about that.
In school, did they tease you or?
I think I was your daughter. I was really reserved when I was younger. I was really, really shy. So if I go out with my mom, I'll be hiding behind her and not talking to everyone. So that's how I was in Ghana. But then moving away. Like it forced me to have to like, you know, make friends again and do all that. So then I became more and more like less shy.
Yeah.
So like as far as like teasing and stuff are concerned, like in Ghana, obviously like when you're walking around, they'll be like Obroni, Obroni.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's...
Do they say that to you too?
Yes.
Really?
100%.
That's so good.
I mean, especially with my eyes, it's like they'll just call me a Chinese off the bat. Like, you know?
Okay.
So like that's how it is. And even moving back to Japan, in Ghana it's weird. Like Obroni used to affect me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Maybe when I didn't like it at all. But like now I don't care at all because you know it's like the intent with which people say it is not really serious. But in Japan, I never really experienced like extreme forms of like racism like you have. But sometimes you just see like subtle things, like maybe the way someone looks at you or like, you know.
So you felt accepted in Japan when you were 10?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
really good.
Maybe it was also because I was naive. So I didn't see maybe a lot of the things.
As a kid, you need to be naive.
Yeah.
What kind of school were you in?
I went to an international school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've seen, I don't know Japan, I've never been there. So I only know the images from TV, right?
Right.
Where it's strict
Strict.
school where all kids need to be in line. It wasn't like that.
No, not at all.
Oh,
and like I went to an international school and like from the moment I went there, I knew I was only going to be there for 3 years.
Okay.
Because it was also not in our budget, but my mom wanted me to live in Japan, and if I can't go to a Japanese school because I can't read and write. So it was I had to go to an international school, and it was like an American school.
Okay.
So like very liberal, free. It was also a Christian school. But yeah, it was way easier to like get used to it because it wasn't a fully Japanese school. Yeah.
Are you the only child? Oh. Do you ever think about, oh, I wish I had siblings to go on that journey together?
No.
So for me, right, taking Sophie and Micah together, I really see the value of them always being together growing up.
Right.
So how it feel like when you were an only child and you were going through all these different stages?
Right.
Was it difficult?
Not really. Like, I guess, were you an only child?
No.
No, okay. So I think like when you're not an only child and you're used to that, so then it's like you can't imagine it without it. But then because I'm not used to that, like I can imagine it without it. Yeah. So like, but when I was growing up in Ghana, I didn't know. Like, I don't know. For me, I'm really close to my mom. So like, we did a lot of things together, and I grew up with my cousins like my whole life. So even growing up in Ghana, we lived in the same house with my cousins.
Nice.
So I never felt like I was an only child. And even when I'm in Japan, my family's very like small. So my cousin and I was almost like we're siblings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So I never felt like I was like alone or anything like that. But also like, I think I was really meant to be an only child because I like doing things by myself.
Okay.
So like my mom would always tell me like when I'm a kid, I would just go and do things and like, yeah.
So good. Okay.
Yeah.
So then 10 you were in Japan and then
Yeah.
you came back to Ghana.
Yep.
What was that like? Or did you
No.
before you left that you would come back?
So I went to Canada for a year.
Oh, after Japan.
After Japan.
Okay. Why
so,
Canada?
I guess the plan was like after high school you go to university. So like high school is like your most important years because that's when like A-level, IGs, O-level, those kind of things. So like the plan was for me to go to university in the US. So why not US or Canada? So why not go to school in Canada?
Okay.
So at that time my dad had a friend there. So I went to do like a homestay program.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So the plan was to stay all 4 years. But then when I went to Canada, I really liked it, but I went to a public school.
Okay.
And the school...
And you stayed with your dad's friend's family?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I went to the same high school that his daughter was going to.
Yeah.
And the school was so easy
Yeah.
to me. So then I was worried about like, because I was used to struggling in school, I was like, why is this so easy? So then I told my parents, I don't think like I'll be able to go to a good university if I'm doing this type of education.
Yeah.
So then I ended up coming back to Ghana because I know from the people that I knew that like, I went to GIS, but I know that there are schools in Ghana that have really good reputation with like what university students can go to and things like that.
So you think the school in Ghana helped you to get in a better university?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, wow.
Because I go to school in Georgia Tech, so in the US, a lot of people go to universities in their states.
Yeah.
So I told like a person from Georgia that in my year, there's like 90 people. About 9 of them went to Ivy League schools. And in the US, schools are like, one class can be like 100 plus people, maybe 200 people. And a lot of the times in many of the public schools, not even one of them will go to Ivy League school.
Wow.
So the fact that from my 90 people, 9 people went to Ivy League school, and even after the Ivy League school, a good catalog of good universities, like they were very, very surprised.
Wow.
Yeah, but...
So you hear that, guys. Africa, Ghana to the world, right?
Yeah,
wow.
Really good education.
I love how you grew up. I mean, you know, I'm learning so much from Ghana and people that I've experienced, because my growing up was just normal Amsterdam, basic school, middle school, university, all in the same city. I didn't even go to another place.
Right.
And right now I'm meeting people who have, like what you say, you grew up here, a little bit there, and then you even did a homestay. That's so wonderful to me. I'm like, all these new things. Maybe I'll do that same with Micah and Sophie.
You know, I really like this. So then, like, for me, it's like, I think it's great, but there are like pros and cons that go with everything. A lot of my friends that I know, like Andrew that you just met, he has gone to the same school like his whole life in Ghana. And I have a lot of friends like that. And like, there are pros and cons, like moving around, you lose touch with friends, like when you're younger that might be harder. But there are also so many pros, because in my school in the US, like, I'm always traveling to different states. And my friends are like, "How you're not even from the US, how do you know people in these different states?" And it's because everyone in my high school goes to different universities in different states. Whereas like kids that grow up in Georgia, most of them go to universities in Georgia, so all their friends stay in Georgia. So it definitely gives you international like contacts, people you know in so many places.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what's it like to have, because your parents built this, right?
Yeah.
What's it like to have parents who are, I can imagine, super busy?
So like my parents are like the most hardworking people that I know. And I think it was like a good balance for me, because I wasn't born and the hotel was here, but it was more of like they were building it as I was growing up. So I can really see the struggle and like the work it takes to build a business, especially in Ghana. Like so many problems that should not be problems are problems in Ghana. So like when I was a kid, I spent so much time with like the staff of the hotel, like just running around the hotel, because they're always working. And like we used to live outside of the hotel, but then because they spend so much time in the hotel, there's just no point for us to have a house, because I'll just be there by myself. So then eventually started moving here. So it's definitely a different experience, because I think from a way younger age than most people, I was like very independent because of how much freedom they gave me. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. I think
So if you look back on your childhood, did you feel that you missed your parents?
Definitely. I think I got closer to my mom when we moved back to Japan, because she wasn't working at all, and that was a big change for her, because she's very like career, you know, work type person. So now she's not working at all, so she's at the house the whole day waiting for me to come back. So now she's coming to, so it's very it's so weird, because I never really thought about it, but I never really spent so much time with them, maybe like, you know, one weekend, do something, but yeah, I really became close to them as I've gone older. Even my dad, I really feel like is like late high school and university now that I'm, you know, closer to him, so.
But you seem as a very grounded and balanced person.
I mean, I hope so. I don't know.
So for me, like, because in the Netherlands, right, I'm there for them always. And here, I have a very different life. I'm working always. And I also feel guilt, like, oh my God, maybe I should just stop chasing my dreams and be there for them. But on the other side, there's so many business opportunities in Ghana that my mind can't stop thinking about business. So I'm also struggling in between that, giving them attention or pursuing my own dreams. But then seeing you, and that gives me sort of value, like they'll be okay.
I think at the end of the day, like kids, I don't know, the kids will just figure it out. But it's also like, I also realized growing up that my experience is very different from like my friends. Like my friends are like, so your parents are, where are your parents? I'm like, oh, they are just working. So like a lot of things that's why I had a lot of older friends.
Yeah.
Because like older friends had more freedom than friends my age. So then when I would be free, my friends would have to go home at a certain time or they can't come out. I never had that problem.
Oh, okay.
So then
they let you very loose.
like they never told me to study, never like.
Oh, wow. So you did that by yourself.
So I really told my dad that like he's lucky. It could have gone two ways. I could have been a crazy.
Especially here in Ghana, there's so
Yeah,
many
I
things
don't
you
know.
can do.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know how it worked out, but it just kind of luckily ended up. I also think it was a big part. They gave me so much freedom and trust that like I didn't really want to do anything bad to like. So and also seeing how much struggle or work they put into like building a hotel and things like that. I just know, you know, I can't really mess up big time. Yeah.
So do you see similarity in, because I think Japan has also a very rich and strict culture. Do you see similarities in between Ghanaian and Japan, or what are the differences?
Ghana and Japan, honestly, I only see differences. Like, they're just so different. And even my parents are so different. But then, different doesn't necessarily mean they don't work together. Like, Ghana doesn't have a lot of structure in the day-to-day life and, like, how, you know, organized people are. In Japan, everything is really, really organized. Like, if you say a certain time, you have to be there by that time. A bus will leave if you're not there by that time. Like, everything is super according to books. People are very disciplined, and like integrity is like a big part of Japan. Ghana is more free, fun. There's a lot more camaraderie here. Japan is everyone in their own lane. So there are a lot of differences and pros and cons for each one. But
can you adapt to each situation? When you go to Japan, can you adapt to that lifestyle?
Yeah.
Struggle with it?
I mean, I can adapt, but I don't necessarily like adapting. I think it's really hard to adapt moving from having the freedom you have in Ghana back to anything. It's almost like being a entrepreneur, having your own time. You know, I can go to work at this time, I can come back at this time to go into a 9-to-5 job. Where now you have to adapt, but like you don't want people telling you what to do. Why do I have to wake up at this time? Why do I have to wear this? You know, it's very different. Yeah.
So, for you being such a worldwide citizen, right? Where do you think you end up staying or living?
That's always so difficult because I know I love Ghana so much. Like, Ghana's definitely home. So I know I'll end up here eventually. But I definitely think I see myself being like outside Ghana for the next couple years. Definitely going back and forth. I might live in Japan for a bit, but I don't know. I can't really stay in one place for too long. Yeah.
We just have to follow her, right, to see where she's going to end up.
Yeah, guys. I don't even know.
So are you going to run the hotel? Is that...
I mean...
Because they build this, I think, for you, right? That's what you do as a parent, or...
So my dad is like... and I think also this is where I get my work ethic and my thing from. My dad and I are very similar, like both the good and the bad. Okay. So we're both like very competitive people. So like out of like respect and like obviously I have to continue the hotel, and obviously because of all the work they put into it, I want to be able to like make it greater. But I also want to go and do my own thing. And my dad is not the type of person that would be like, you have to do something. So like he'll give me the freedom to do what I want to do. And definitely this is in my future, like it's always at the back of my mind that like at some point, you know, I have to come and do something, but I don't even know the hotel, you know, business. No, not even that. I studied business, so I'm confident in being able to like run the hotel because like I've always been involved in helping it from like when I was younger. But business in Ghana is so difficult because when my dad started the hotel, that was like a very good thing to start. And obviously with like working with people and different things, hotels are a very stressful business. So who knows
I studied hotel management, so I know that. I would do it. This is crazy, especially in Ghana.
Exactly. And you know, my dad has done different businesses throughout his life, and this is like one of them. So he might even move to a different one. I don't know if he'll be there. But whatever he ends up leaving for me, I'll definitely, you know, make better in my time. But See
Oh,
how
that's so nice.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best in the
Thank
world.
you so much.
I can't wait to see you in 5 years.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, so
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So guys, make sure you also subscribe to Marintia's channel. Let's follow her journey. I think it's so interesting. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Thank
See you in the next
you.
video.
Bye.
Oh, that was very nice.
That